Liquid oil field waste and disposal. 24900 definitions. Liquid oil field waste transportation system means trucks, other motor vehicles gather, handle, transport liquid oil field waste from point of any surface to on-site collection, subsequent off-store, self-site storage, or utilized disposal. Section 8C of this Act. System facility means a location other than the point of surface to on-site location, off-site disposal of liquid oil field waste, where liquid oil field waste is temporarily handled, stored prior to disposal. Vehicle means a tank or transport carried liquid oil field waste bin, whether motorized or non-motorized. Application permit, operate liquid oil phase transportation system. No person shall operate liquid oil field waste transportation system without a permit. The department application liquid oil field waste transportation system permit under section shall be made in forms of the department, but the application should be executed with a penalty purchase of the company with a non-refundable liquid oil field waste transportation system permit fee of $150 required under Subpart O. This part application does not contain all required information. Document the department shall notify applicant in writing notification shall specify with additional information document necessary to process the application shall advise the applicant with a deemed denied list information with the document submitted within 60 days from the date of the notification. Application shall include with the name and address of the business, emergency telephone number, proposed liquid oil field waste hauler, brief description of the vehicles using system with the specifying whether vehicles owned, leased, or otherwise arranged. Application of the liquid oil field waste transportation system permit shall be signed as follows. One of the system owner is an individual applicant with the signs of the individual system owner of the partnership application shall be signed with the general partner. System owner is a corporation as the applicant shall be signed by an officer of the corporation. Luke signature of the owner and such other authorized person of the applicant may be signed with the person having the power of attorney to sign with such owner with the authorized person with the certified power with the power of attorney and of the department accompanied with the application of the applicant with the corporation. The charter may authorize the corporation to engage permitted activity. The corporation must be with the incorporated or authorized to do business in the state of Illinois. Application of liquid oil field waste transportation vehicle permit. Each liquid oil field waste transportation vehicle tank requirement permit the department shall not operate when such permit is obtained. Applicants with a vehicle permit under the section with the made on form with the prescribed with the department application should be executed under the penalty of perjury. It comes with a non-refundable vehicle permit fee of $150 each vehicle tank. If the application does not contain all of the required information documents, the department shall not notify the application in writing. Applicant in writing notifying shall be expressed with additional information of the document process of the application shall provide with the applicant with the application with the deemed denied unless the information of the document submitted within 60 days of the day of the notification. Application include the name of the system of the permit under the liquid oil field waste transportation system in which the vehicle tank will be operated. Description of the construction tank of the valve with the associated piping included with the materials made over the capacity of the tank manufacturer serial number of the vehicle tank identifying number of the day. Application of the vehicle tank permit shall be signed with the holder liquid oil field waste transportation system permit under the vehicle tank will operate. Inspection of vehicles with a tank upon receipt of the original renewal application for the department well inspector should conduct with a visual inspection of liquid oil field waste hauling equipment included with tanks, associated piping and valve with ensure that there is no leakage. All of the tanks should be full of fluid at the time of the inspection for the department well inspector shall certify with the result of the inspection on the permit application. Issuance of liquid oil field waste transportation system vehicle permits. If the applicant satisfies with the requirements of subpart of this subpart of the department shall issue with a permanent operate liquid oil field waste transportation system shall keep the office of the permanent applicant satisfied with the requirements of the subpart. The permit shall issue the vehicle permit sticker on each name of the permit shall be kept with the business. The liquid oil field waste transportation system permit sticker shall be affixed to the back of the tank and kept visible with no permit under the subpart of the issue with the applicant and not in compliance with section 240. 250B, permit operate liquid oil field waste transportation shall valid as long as the permit maintained with the bond required in some part O and if otherwise comply with the provision of this subpart. Vehicle tank permits that should be at least 2 years of the date the issuance renewed with the making application of the department accompanied with the required fee with at least 30 days prior to the expiration vehicle permit. Liquid oil field waste transportation system vehicle permits are not transferable. Liquid oil field waste record keeping requirements. Each liquid oil field waste system permit D shall maintain a record of liquid oil field waste received with a display with an included lease of the unit, name of the date of the receipt of the amount per pickup, with the name of the location, class 2 with the wells, if applicable, the date where the waste is unloaded. Record show that the main maintained a minimum of 3 years and should be made available to the department inspection during the normal business hours. Liquid oil field waste transportation vehicle operation requirements. Liquid oil field waste vehicle tanks with associated piping are all with the kept in the free condition and person with the gatherer handle with the transfer of liquid oil field waste without liquid oil field waste transfer permit. Utilizes with an unpermitted person shall, upon with a conviction over the court competent jurisdiction, be found with not less than $2,000 violation, cost prosecution, default pay, and cost prison not less than 10 days, no more than 30 days of violation continuing nature each dividend of the violation occurs in the separate funds. Liquid oil field waste haulers shall only dispose of liquid oil field waste according with subsection Subpart E and I. Liquid oil field waste should not be released on the ground surface of any with the freshwater water drainage. Liquefied oil waste temporarily stored in some facility that should contain the tanks in accordance with section 248.10 of the partner concrete storage structures according with the 248.50 of this part. Liquid oil fuel shall not be commingled with a blended with a non-exempt with the waste of the under subpart C, subtitle C, Federal Reserve Conservation Reserve Act of 1976. No person gave it employee with a contract to any other person liquefied oil waste hauler transport liquid oil field waste. The department shall not issue the liquid oil field waste transfer vehicle permit, may revoke the liquid oil field waste transfer vehicle permit. Permit fails to meet with the permit conditions. The applicant permit the non-compliance with subsection 242.50b of this part. The permit may revoke liquefied oil waste transportation or vehicle permit in accordance with subsection 240.255 of this part. Failure to comply with Visions Acts for the resolve of the forfeit to liquid oil field waste transport bond in accordance with section 240.15.30b and through G of this part may be not fined less than $2,000 violation, cost of prosecution, default of the payment, fine and costs in prison not less than 10 days, no more than 30 days, section 8C of this act. Produced water. All produced water collected with a temporary storage shall be placed in a tank with a permanent concrete structure in accordance with subpart H of the part. Came in the tanks and tanks shall not be used with the produced water. Except for the providing subsection C of the level of the produced water shall be transferred with flow line license of the liquid oil field waste hauler with a permitted class 2 UIC wells for the disposal. Produced water shall not be disposed into any surface water drainage way with the on-land surface within the NPDES surface of the discharge with the application permit obtained Illinois Environmental Protection Agency. Crude oil bottom sediments over the roof from the tank with a concrete structure pits for the lease of the unit may be transported with a permanent liquid oil waste hauler. Illinois Environmental Protection Agency license space or waste landfill. IPEA license for the offsite of the treatment facility. The class 2 injection well dispose of the crude oil bottom sediment recycling facility. Injected with well in accordance with section 248.50E1B and be bioremediated on site with land spreading in accordance with the 240.89 1A2 or use road oiling leasing unit of the sediments generated in accordance with section 249.45. Lease and road oiling. Lease road oiling should not be allowed without receiving the permit of the department. Permit shall apply with a receiving lease road oil permit lease unit with the department or form of the shred of the department prior to oil any leasing any road. Applicant for the lease road oil permit shall include with the location lease unit with the permanent name of the draft of the benefit of the application bottom 7 of the map showing the lease roads to be oiled location surface of the drainage feature with the immediate adjacent with the lease review for the written consent with the current surface of the owner and owners allowing crude oil bottom sediment application non-refundable fee of $150 upon approval. The crude oil sediment shall be applied with the lease roads in such a fashion that avoid runoff during application immediate adjacent of the land areas immediate following completion of the application liquid stream incorporated otherwise observed into the soil with no visible freestanding oil. No lease road shall be oiled more than twice a year. Lease road oiling should be conducted with the ground frozen during precipitation, prohibited and subjected to the frequent flooding. Crude oil bottom sediment leasing road oil should not have the produced water greater than 10% free water volume. Lease road oil permits not transferable the required with each of the lease unit. Permit shall be valid as long as the used lease or the unit is actively operating under the current permit. If the permit and becoming involved with the chain with the surface owner of the surface owner's withdrawal of consent. Apply crude oil bottom sediment with withdrawal of the consent shall be made with a written department of leasing road oil material applied with a permit shall be removed with the road and proposed disposed of. Lease J. The lease road oil permits are subject to revocation in accordance with section 240-251. Crude oil spill waste disposal repealed. Oil field brine hauling permit conditions repealed. Inspection vehicles repealed. Transfer of permits repealed. Records and reporting requirements repealed. Bond blanket surety bond repealed. Then we have 241,000 definitions. Vacuum means pressure which is produced below the pressure of the atmosphere. And that completes Subpart I, liquid oil field waste handling and disposal.